So while we sometimes talk on the channel about how Nintendo is clearly behind the competition in a lot of ways when it comes to their online service offerings, one thing they have clearly stepped their game up on over the last year plus has been free gameplay demos. And in today's video, we have a very exciting one that just hit the eShop. It is for an unreleased game. It is Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and I want to boot it up with you all, share my initial gameplay experiences, and maybe make a recommendation on whether or not you should have this game on your radar when it releases on March 25th. What's up, nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now, as I mentioned, guys, we're gonna hop right into the Kirby and the Forgotten Land gameplay demo, and I'm super hyped for this. I gotta say, I just love Nintendo doing things like this where you can check out stuff immediately. Okay, we already have an option here. So we have Spring Breeze mode, or these difficulty settings, or Wild mode. A Kirby game that's simple to play. You'll have a lot of health for this adventure, perfect for those who are new to action games. Well, that's not me, so let's see what Wild mode is. A Kirby game that's a bit wilder and more challenging. This adventure will be tough at times, but you'll collect a lot of star coins as rewards. Okay, so that's at least one positive right out of the gate, is that they have a couple options for us for people who like a little bit more gameplay difficulty. I can't remember if Star Allies had difficulty settings or not, but that game for me just felt like I was going through the motions of each level, and I was never like really had that intensity feeling. It will also be very interesting to play this game right now, coming hot off the heels of just being fully immersed in the world of Elden Ring. I'm like, I think 35 plus hours into that game right now, and I have to constantly be leaned forward with, you know, sweaty hands on the controller because I'm constantly under the threat of death, which I absolutely love in games. And honestly, it may be an unpopular opinion, I personally don't like difficulty settings in games. I mean, I guess it's nice when, you know, that way a wider audience can play them, but I think I just have that old school like NES and SNES mentality where if you can't get past the ending stages of Donkey Kong Country 2, you just can't beat the game. You know, I don't like to have the option to always just make it easier if you get stuck. So we are playing through like right out of the gate. I mean, just literally the intro trailer that we saw, it's exactly the same thing. I think Nintendo's kind of been on a roll of doing that here recently. Here's one of those star coins that they're talking about. Let me see if I can get acclimated to all the buttons here. So we got A is jump, and then we got our sucking ability, which sounds kind of weird when you say it out loud, is B. And let's see here. I don't know if there's attack weapon or attack button yet, or if that's something that I have to actually have. I would assume I probably have to have a well, I can blow out the air to go ahead and attack, but I assume I actually need to get enemies in order to kind of attack and things like that. So we'll figure this out as we go. It is going to be a very, like, as I mentioned, a very interesting change of pace. Now, this is one thing I couldn't tell in the trailer compared to like how it actually controls. This is not it's not like I'm moving the camera around, you know, like Breath of the Wild style or Mario Odyssey style even, which I think I saw a couple people, I saw a couple things on Twitter talk about how, as opposed to this being like a Mario Odyssey experience, imagine it more as a Mario 3D World experience. And I can tell you, control wise right now, that's a lot more what it's feeling like. So if you thought it was, which I didn't know. By the way, this music, this the soundtrack here that we're listening to right now. How do I, okay, once I inhale him, how do I, oh, I automatically get a sword. The soundtrack is just, has no business being this good. Like, it really is kind of crazy. All right, so we just got kind of crazy sword combos here. I never was like the biggest fan of Kirby music, but this specific song that they put out for this, and I don't know if this is retro or not, or if this is brand new for this game. Regardless, it sounds better than ever, and it definitely sticks out to me as like a quality gaming track. Just a lot of fun. Oh, I wonder how I did that. Was it just because I was, yeah, okay. So if you jump and then you press B, then you're doing like a front flip type deal here. So this feels great so far. I'm enjoying the fluidity of the controls, very responsive. I mean, I think you would expect it to be, but I already like the fact that, you know, enemies can hurt me. I think I'm getting health back with those star things, maybe. Oh, I wonder if I should switch up abilities and how I do that. So Y is drop ability. Okay, so you press and hold it, and then if I want to get this guy instead, now we have what, bombs to throw? Yes, very cool, very cool. So I can launch it right at that guy. But I do like the fact that, you know, I have a health bar. If I, maybe those star coins are actually not, oh, do those things, like, do you have to hit them to actually make them explode in some cases? I don't know. Like I said, guys, this is all brand new gameplay to me. I haven't really seen anything as in terms of Okay, let's see here. I guess I can see the thing that I don't like. I almost like the sword deal more. Oh, come on, make it, Kirby. That's another good question. How high can you go? But see, my health is at half right now, so I'm a little bit under the gun here. But yeah, with the bomb attack, you know, I like it, but I would also switch back to my regular or to my sword, because it's just there's certain scenarios where I don't know how to make the bombs blow up. It's probably just something I need to play around with to figure out a little bit more. But yeah, see, like those bombs right there are just all chilling. So how do I make them blow up if I want to? There we go. Knock that guy out ahead of time. Where are we going here? So I will be curious to see, of course, since it's being very compared to Mario 3D World, how they're going to connect stages together and things like that. Like, is there kind of like that hub overworld? I don't think we've seen that in a trailer yet. Oh, we're gonna right out of the gate, we're gonna get mouthful mode, which is probably the most hilarious thing that they've done in terms of Kirby abilities so far, because I'm literally gonna be a car here in a minute from the looks of it. Okay, so we are officially a Kirby car drifting around with our turbo dash. We have the ability to hop. We're gonna bust right through this wall. Epic little transition cutscene right there. This feels good already. Like, it's just fun that you can be a car in a Kirby game. Like, it's, and not to mention, what all did they show? Wasn't he like a vending machine at some point too? Like, oh, and you can just plow through enemies when you're doing this here. Now, I wonder these star coins, if this comes into like the completion of, I'm sure it does. Like, if you hit, oh wow, that was a big pile of them there. Speaking of star coins, you can literally just run things over like you don't care. This is pretty nice. It feels good. It's the interesting thing that I'm noticing is how much the camera shifts on its own. So, like, you know, I'm not doing anything to change all of those different viewpoints that you guys are seeing, and that is akin to Mario 3D World, but I feel like Mario 3D World doesn't even switch it up quite that aggressively, that frequently. So that's kind of the interesting thing that I didn't expect booting this up. I actually did think that we had control over the right analog to move the camera. I'm not necessarily saying it's a negative thing either. It's just different than what I was expecting. So, okay, so we were just a car briefly there, and now we're back to our regular old self. Now, I've heard that this demo is about 20 minutes long. I'm hoping we get some kind of boss fight at some point. So we'll kind of, you know, there's another cutscene. We'll probably skip through some of this, but, you know, a nice boss fight to finish off the beginning of the game would definitely be a bonus, in my opinion. So now to answer the question of how are they going to do the stage layouts, it actually looks like you can just go back and play any stage at any time, maybe. We're about to enter Downtown Grasslands. You can even change the difficulty per stage you play. So I don't know if it'll show up with a little badge icon if you beat it on the harder difficulty versus the easier difficulty. We did just unlock our co-op friend. I think that's the person you would play with if you were doing co-op, and I think he's there either way. Is it Elton or something like that? I don't remember the exact. I'm not up to date with all these new Kirby characters, but we rescued that person, the thing, whatever it is, and we are now I definitely want this guy because he's got a nice boomerang for a weapon. Yep, there we go. And B is my weapon again. Okay, so yeah, so the stage layout is pretty interesting because it literally, I mean, I guess I don't know why I got like Sonic the Hedgehog vibes, almost just like a stage select, which I guess that doesn't even really happen in a lot of Sonic games, but for some reason that's like the memory. It gave me a memory of a certain Sonic game. But you know, yeah, it's just like a screen of just, you know, hey, press the stage you want to go into and go conquer it. It's not connected in like a linear path, other than it looks like you can probably just scroll from left to right in all the different stages they have in the game. It's even interesting on the pause menu. You can just go straight up play co-op, which I would actually like to check out, but since I'm just playing the single right now, I'll just continue on that. But co-op play seems like it'll be a lot of fun for this game. And then you can just exit stage and go back to the main screen at any point in time. So it is, I think, different than probably what a lot of people were expecting it to be. Did I just come this way? Oh yeah, I need to go up. Okay, can't forget that Kirby can fly pretty dang high. If we just keep hitting that A button, I think I'm about to be a vending machine. That's pretty cool that they're letting us do that this early in the game. And that's one thing I'll say about Nintendo. Some people are like really worried about, oh, this is hilarious, I'm just shooting soda out. Oh, I only have so much ammo, I better not like waste it all. I'm sure, oh, okay, I'm getting more as I go though, so that's not too much of a threat. That's the thing about Nintendo though. A lot of people like are worried, you know, seeing a lot of the trailers. Which, to be fair, in Metroid Dread, they actually did show some fairly late game stuff. But a lot of the trailers that they've showed us for games that have come out more recently, I've noticed like all the stuff is just like literally the very beginning of the game. They'll probably do something similar with that, so you can't jump worth anything whenever you're a vending machine, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. But you know, I'm sure that whenever we see gameplay footage of Breath of the Wild 2 and things like that at E3, it's going to be the same thing. Like, they're not going to show us, like, you know, you fighting Ganon at the end of the game. They're going to give us like a very, you know, early look at what it's like. This could be, is that, no, it's not a boss. I almost wish there was this is me sounding like just a super hardcore Souls fan, which I am, of course, but I wish there was a dodge roll button in this game. I think that would be like super cool. So that guy is interesting because I was able to inhale him, but then I couldn't actually absorb his ability. It was somebody that I could just use as a projectile towards other. I do like these little star transitions to different areas of the level. I mean, this game just feels happy, you know what I mean? Like, if you're having a rough day, boot up Kirby, you'll put a smile on your face real quick. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. You know, I could definitely see this being fun. Like, I'll probably play through the co-op with my fiance in this game and have a good time. I mean, if I had kids, I'd definitely consider playing this with my kids. It just seems like, you know, and I'm hoping that, you know, it's too early to say if it's ever going to get like super difficult or anything like that. Oh, now we're a traffic cone. So see, once again, we're just taking all the forms here. This is kind of crazy. Okay, and it's a downward spike. There we go. I kind of like the cone. That's actually not half bad. It's pretty powerful. It's like, it's like if you just got a specific like Link down stab ability, in a Kirby game. I kind of dig it. So on the completion screen here, I'm seeing some side quest type stuff where it says like make 5 tulips bloom, and I only got 2 out of 5. So it looks like per stage they're gonna have, you know, various different things for you to complete, and then that's probably how you're, you know, end up completing the game in a true 100% fashion. And then it looks like we're also unlocking like little trophy collectible things here, which I'm a fan of stuff like that. I mean, I like you know, in Smash Bros. Melee is like one of my favorite things to actually like collect trophies as you go and kind of show how you progress the game. Now this looks like it's a boss fight because that just straight up, that third stage just had that exact, you know, kind of had like that main enemy type of look and feel to it. So I'll be curious if this is going to be a straight up boss stage. No, it looks like we're going through the mall here. So I think that we're actually going to be probably traversing to get to the boss. We'll see if we can, you know, talk a little bit just during the final boss fight and wrap it up after that. So something just occurred to me as I was talking earlier about not having control over the camera with the stick, and it's not like you're changing perspectives, and I don't even know if this was available the whole time, but I can't actually move the camera from left to right or up and down. It's just going to be Kirby's more locked to a particular perspective. Oh, we got to try out this ice skating ability. This looks legit. But that, so anyway, my statement on that previously, not being able to really control the camera, is really not accurate because you definitely can. It's just, it just plays in a much different way where you have to. That's got to be Big Boy right there. This is the, yep, this is our boss fight. I probably would have been better off going with the sword since, you know, I'm a little bit more familiar with how that works, but we'll see how this boss fight goes. So we're in phase 2 now, and I'll give it this guy has a tank of a health bar, and he's actually, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just doing stuff wrong, but I've been at it for a little while now, and it's definitely taken me a while, and I'm still taking some good hits along the way, and he's definitely harder now in the second phase as he's just trying to, you know, stomp and see, that's kind of the main thing, is I get over aggressive on just trying to get more damage on him when he's clearly going to create a shockwave. But yeah, this feels good so far. This feels like it's going to be a challenge, especially if this is the first boss of the game. Oh, and I may die on screen here. If this is the first boss of the game, it is very promising for later bosses. And I also can't tell if I can get health back anywhere. There may be flowers on the side or something I can go seek out, but I think I got this. We'll see. So it's official. The different items that you use make a huge difference, because I did actually die against this guy, and I was talking all this trash and Kirby not being hard, and here we are in, you know, with a straight up death to the first boss. But one thing I will tell you guys is, if you look at, I don't know if you saw how slow the health was going down with the ice versus these bombs. I was gonna go with the sword, and then I thought about it. I was like, honestly, projectiles will work way better against this dude, and we're already about to trigger his second form. And this is like less than a quarter of the time, so kind of like to see that. Like you actually have a little strategy element in there. He's gonna get super mad, so I should probably get out of here. There's a little strategy element against, you know, about what kind of I definitely need to get out of that. What kind of, you know, attacks you're gonna want to do. I'm not moving fast enough. There we go. I guess I need to be on the ground for this. I also do wish that Kirby could run just a little bit quicker if you wanted him to. Maybe there's different power-ups later on that will do that. But yeah, I mean, you guys can clearly see the difference in damage with bombs. So there's just going to be some items that are way better than others for certain boss fights, clearly. So there we go. Take down the first boss of the game. pretty sure the demo will end after this. So initial impressions are very positive. I think that this is for the first 3 stages of the game, about 20 or 25 minutes or so of gameplay worth, especially with the death in there and the slow damage the first time. And there's our message right there, clear demo. So this is a lot of fun. I definitely think that, I mean, I know I'm going to get this day one on March 25th, but I feel like I'm more hyped for it now. It is interesting that it plays more like that Mario 3D World mechanic than I was expecting, but I'm hyped. And this is cool, a little promo trailer at the end. So at this point in the video, guys, I want to hear from you guys and all your personal thoughts and opinions on Kirby and the Forgotten Land so far. Have you checked out the demo? Do you intend to check it out? And do you think that you will end up picking this game up at release date on March 25th when we see it drop? And bonus question, what do you think about the camera controls and how they kind of have the stage layouts in this particular game? Is that something you're a fan of or not quite as much? So I do look forward to hearing from you guys before we leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Make sure you check out yesterday's video if you haven't already, where we discussed the reason that some fans are worried that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 may be facing a delay with the announcement of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and also a discussion around the lack of a March N64 game that we know of at this point in time. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.